Hi, this is Ruth, and I'm going to show you how to make Christmas stockings for the Family Crisis Center. And due to COVID-19, I'm wearing a face mask this year, and I'm not teaching the children how to make them, but we're going to do it by YouTube or Facebook Live at our church. So here's a two-sided. Here's one that's made with scrappy fabrics. Using up all your scraps takes a little longer, a little more work, but it uses up all of the scraps. Here's one that kind of two-sided. The cuff is the same color, but my preference is this. It's super easy and super cute. So this is what we're going to make today. So first off, you have to iron your fabric. So come with me. We're going to iron. You got to get out all the wrinkles so it looks nice and it cuts better. And sometimes you have to use a little spray starch. Not that this is an ad for this starch, you can use any starch. Nice, spray the starch right on the folds where the fabric was folded up in the store. Spray a little more. Okay, now we're going to fold this in half with the raw edges together. See the raw edges together? Give it a shake. Now we're going to go cut this. Follow me. So we're going to put this stocking pattern right here on the fold. Flip it around so you can see it. Pin. Just put a few pins in the key areas where you got it trim. You can put more pins if you want, but I only do about 4, maybe 5. Okay, now we're going to cut. There's my good scissors. I found my good scissors. Yay. So now we're going to try not to cut the actual pattern, just cut to the side of the pattern. Okay? And this white snowflake happens to be the lining for the stocking, much like what this one would be. Okay? Or this happened to be stripes. Stripe lining. So you have to decide what you want for the lining and what you want for the outside fabric. Okay, so now that's all cut. Take the pins out. Always put the pins back in the pin cushion so you don't have it in your foot. Step on it or something. Like that. Now here's 2 different ways you can do this. You can open this up, because I did it on the fold. You can open it up like that, have it long, like this. Or you can cut this going across here and have it like I have here. I want it like this, okay? So I'm going to cut it on this fold, okay? Because I think it's cuter. Otherwise it would have come out looking like this one. Okay, so I like these kind better. So what we're going to do, the feet go in, the toes go in, like so, okay? So now we're going to cut the outside fabric, okay? Throw that aside. Put this one here. And then line it up. Try to get as much of the fabric taken care of as possible, but don't go off the edge. Line it up on the fold again. pin it down. Okay, flip it around because I cut better this way. And then you cut out, this cute fabric will be the outside of the stocking. The white snowflakes will be the inside lining. And hopefully you can hear me through the mask. This can be used as scrappy fabric quilt or scrappy fabric Christmas stocking. So you don't have to throw it away unless you want to. I save scraps. Okay, so now, once again, had I left it long, you would have this long stocking, but I like it cut in half at the fold. So I'm going to do it this easy way, like so. There. Now, right side's up, and all the toes are pointing in. Do you see that? Toes pointing in. This is the outside fabric, this is the lining fabric. Now what you're going to do is take the outside fabric, place it on top of the lining, line it up. And up the toes, line this one up. Okay, so I did an okay job cutting somewhat. But there, now what we're going to do is pin the tops together, okay? Just 2 pins is all you need. If you want more, you can do more. I just do 2. That needs to be moved over. Okay, I notice that this is a little skinnier over here, so I'm just going to trim this. And that's okay. You can trim it. Unless I've gone too far over. Okay. So now we're going to sew the tops on both of them, okay? So now let's go to the sewing to sew. And this is called an ender and leader, just a little scrap fabric you put at the beginning and ending right here. So your fabric doesn't, so that the threads don't get wound up down in the bottom case. So I'm just going to start sewing. I'm going to have the edge of the foot right along the edge of the fabric, okay? So I'm just going to sew slow if you want. If you get now, I need my pin cushion, but I don't have it here. I should have my pin cushion. Naughty Ruthie. I'm just going to sew. Nice straight seam. Take the pin out before you get there. Okay, now the next one I'm just going to put right up against it and sew as well. Lift up the foot pedal. Okay, and then sew. Take the pin out. Pin out. Okay, so I'm going to cut off that beginning piece of fabric here, right here, cut. And I'm just going to stick that in here. Like so. and sew that down. So that's like the beginner and ender piece, so that you don't have your threads going down into the case. Okay, so now we're going to iron this. Take the two pieces apart here. Okay, so what we're going to do is iron the seam open. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to press. It's called setting the seam, and then we press towards the dark side. There's that one, all sewn together. And this one I'm going to press towards the light side because I want the seams to be sandwiched together and not too bulky. Usually you press towards the dark. In this case, I'm not. Okay, so now we'll go back over there so we have more space. So we have the two pieces sewn together like so. See? Again, we're going to put these pieces like this. Okay. All the toes come in. The right sides are facing up, so it's perfectly wonderful. And then what you do, you take this 12-inch strip of ribbon, or you can make your own